All right, I think we can go ahead and get started now. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to our CEJA office hours. Let's see, we'll go ahead and let me check to see. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Just wanted to check another screen here to see if there's any updates I wanted to go over that went out with last week's sprint release update. Let's see. Okay, let me filter to CEJA here. Sorry, one second. Okay. Okay, so there was an issue with navigators accessing the dashboard. Let me up a different login here so we can see here. That's just this is the one I want for Navigator. So there was an issue in the dashboard for navigators where when, excuse me, they selected a hyperlinked list customers. Let's see here, let me navigator list. Where when they would select a from the list of customers, when this new page would load, it wouldn't show any customers. So, for example, I believe the first two or three would show, but for any of the subsequent lines, if they selected that number and we see, specific for that row, which customers were impacted, it wasn't loading. So that's been corrected there for the navigators. We also updated, while we're on this dashboard, we moved the responded transfer requests to the top of the dashboard here. That way, as transfer requests come in, they can um, be responded to. So please be sure to check this whenever checking the dashboard, this first line item here to see what other organizations may have requested a transfer for a customer in your list. There's one other update to the dashboard here. This was in the services section. I believe we mentioned it last time, but it's now on production. This isn't a good example. Let me go to the other login here. Um, where the services section, it was pulling in customers who were at the inquiry level, so they don't really have a full record in the CEJA system, but we updated it so it's only pulling in customers who actually have services. So inquiry accounts, just that minimal information, didn't make sense to include them here, so we did. Or if they're not enrolled or never were enrolled, we're not pulling them into the rows here, just for clarity and a little cleanup. Let's see. We also added on the pre-screening window a check for the eligibility here that the customer is 16 years or older. Um, and if sorry, I'm just reading another note about this. Okay. And so we just did add that check there. And let's see. So we went over that one, dashboard, did fix it. Okay, I believe that's all. Well, hang on, let me check. Just one other. Okay, so those are the updates that I wanted to go over just to let you know that those are now out on the production environment. And I do see a note in the chat asking about adding cohorts, but we're going to be holding off on those for now. There's still some updates that we need to do and push to the production environment. Um, and we'll, talk with and, share, after, some conversations with the regional administrators. But with that, I'll go ahead and open it up to any questions. Feel free to add them in the chat or you can unmute yourself and ask away. If there's anything you'd like to go over, just let us know. I do see one in the chat. I was wondering at what point do we mark participants as completed? And if they're going to advanced training for an outcome, can we give supportive services if they are marked as complete?
Yes. Right.
Yeah, that's I had thought.
The complete is if you have your training services are complete, but you should still be able to, you'll be able to add supportive services. And then when they're finished with the program is when you mark them as exited.
Correct. So it was complete for bridge training only.
I think that's more of like we need to probably get more guidance from the regional administrators. I don't want to steer you the wrong way. My thought was that if you're going to do bridge and then job specific training, once they're done with the job specific training, then you mark them as complete.
See, what if a participant is not responsive and no longer replies to requests to meet? How long should they remain active in the system? That would probably also be a question for the RAs. I'm just taking a look at our list and attendance. I don't believe we have the RAs on this call. I can't quite remember if that's in the procedures manual, if there's some guidance there. So we'll have to follow up with them on that question.
Hey
Or
David,
two.
it's Emily. I had a really quick question.
Yeah.
So we are having the issue where we are doing like we're uploading the task into the service plan and marking it as complete, but then on like this page, it's showing that it's like planned, not started still.
Would this be even after the refresh status button is selected?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I sent you what you might call it, where we send you our problems. So I sent a
Oh,
help
of
desk
course.
ticket. I sent you a ticket for the specific person that we ran into.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, if you could just let me know whenever you have time, that'd be awesome.
Sure, sure. Yeah, no, thanks for that. I'll take a look today and let you know if there's a workaround for it, if something's missing, or if it, kind of sounds like there might be an issue with the refreshing here.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Another question in the chat. If a participant is working after bridge training, but the job is temporary, and the participant would like to do job-specific training after the job ends, what would be the best way to go about that? I think that would also be another question for the RAs. I'm not quite sure about
And we,
that.
yeah, and we can collect these questions and send them to the RAs and get responses for you.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Emily. I'm sorry. I have one more question.
No,
Um,
no.
are we are we sup- and this might be a dumb question, but are we supposed to be entering the work plans in WorkNet now?
Not yet.
Uh, no, yeah,
Not
not
yet.
yet.
Not
Yeah.
yet. Yeah, and
Okay.
that's where with the cohorts and the work plans, um, we just need to work with the RAs to get that coordinated on when they want us to everybody to start using it.
Okay, perfect. I just wanted to make sure.
Mhm.
So thank you very much.
Any other questions? Well, if not, we'll send those questions that we got in the chat that we weren't able to answer to the RAs. And if we get a, response prior to our next session, what we can do is send an email out to all of the grantees and navigators with their responses there. Oh, it looks like there was one other one. Rebecca said if the participant is going to do job-specific training to mark them as complete. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll send that to the RAs as well. But um, yeah, if there's no other questions with that, we'll go ahead and we'll end our call here, and I'll get the recording of this office hour session posted to the partner guide. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.